Well, it appears to be that time again. It's actually been quite a while, but here we are. So this is Padear's latest, and I believe Padear's last copy of the original AirPods, not AirPods Pro. To what I've seen, they've blown these out of the water. They're amazing. Wireless charging, W1 chip, or H1 chip actually, all that. So yeah, let's check them out. Alright. There they are. Here's the case. Looks like I'm gonna need to grab my real AirPods case. So here it is against the real AirPods case. Looks like we're missing our proximity sensors there. Not too big of a deal. It is not embossed on here, so it does not pop out. Doesn't have any of that right there. No Apple logo. Says i90000 Super instead of AirPods. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Again, no Apple logo. Back, pretty much identical. Only thing is different is some of that, and doesn't say AirPods right there. But and again, no proximity sensors. But hey, we're not really here for the box. We are here for the AirPods. Let's just check them out. I don't actually have a knife, so we'll just try and open it ourselves. I feel like I should have a knife somewhere, but I'm just not even gonna bother. Ugh. Peel that off there. Okay. We figured it out. So it says TWS and something in Chinese that I do not know how to read. This is our user manual, just telling us how to use them. Of course, it comes wrapped in the blue stuff. Ooh. It's kind of cold. I've completely forgotten how to unbox fake AirPods. I'm sorry. Alright. Now that that's out of the way, looks like there's some condensation from it being so cold, so I'll wipe that off real quick. Alright, much better. In here, of course, lightning cable. And yeah, so we'll get all this out of the way. Alright, so here they are. I've done a little bit of testing with them, and we are going to go over some pros and cons of these $20 fake AirPods. Now, part of what makes these so incredible is the fact that they are only $20. Kind of forgot to mention that earlier. But yeah, for 20 bucks, this is a really, really incredible AirPods copy. So starting off with some pros, they are in fact the same exact size and the same exact look as AirPods, although there are a few differences since these are a copy of the AirPods 2 with wireless charging case, and these are just original AirPods. Of course, your charging indicator is going to be right here on the front, and on the back, the button, I don't really know what it's called, maybe the syncing button, is further up. Now, it is like this on the real AirPods 2 with wireless charging case, so exactly the same there. Of course, we have lightning charging, all that. They're also pretty much the same way as real AirPods. I'd say they are pretty much only very, very slightly lighter feeling, but not noticeable unless you have both of them in your hand. Now, I'm pretty sure the main highlight of these, one of the main highlights, is that it actually does have the real H1 chip inside of here, so when you open the case, pops up on your phone or device. So pretty incredible. They also do have the ear detection, so when you take it out of your ear, it pauses the music, but I'll get more into that later because there is a slight flaw. They also have surprisingly good bass. Like I was very pleasantly surprised at the amount of bass on these earbuds. Might just be my Spotify settings, but yeah, these are really nice. And you can't go wrong for 20 bucks. These are literally incredible. They're also decently loud. That's been a little bit of a gray area with AirPods. They kind of have had all sorts of different audio levels, but these are definitely louder than my real AirPods. That's kind of one of the things that I don't like about real AirPods, actually, is they're kind of really quiet. But yeah, these are great sound for the most part, loud, good bass, pretty much no complaints there. With the cons, we only have not that many, only slightly less than our pros. They only have slightly worse audio quality. It is noticeable but still definitely better than your normal wired earbuds that you get with your phone. But these are pretty similar to real AirPods in terms of sound quality. They are cheaper feeling, you know, just generally lighter, not as premium to the touch. Of course, we have our little loose hinge here. It doesn't feel exactly right, but for the most part, they've done a good job of replicating the case. There are no Apple markings, like how it says designed by Apple in California. None of that on here. Not a huge problem though. Obviously they can't do that due to copyright reasons. But yeah, one thing I have noticed that is kind of a pretty big con is they do have sort of crackly audio. I don't know, once again, if it's just my Spotify settings that I have set, but it was kind of crackly when listening to some music. So it might just be me, but yeah. So one thing I have noticed with these that is kind of weird, yes, it does have the H1 chip, but in the description of this product, it does say that it is accurate battery levels when you open the case and it shows the battery. I have found this to be not true, and it's actually kind of funny. Check this out. So on here, it says this one's 100% in charging, 28% in charging, and 100% in charging. Obviously, I don't have the case plugged in, so that indicator is false. But you know, these seem normal. If we close the case and open it again, it now says that this earbud is 0%, this earbud is 100%, and the case is 98% charging. That's a pretty stark difference. So let's close it and open it again. The left earbud is 100%, the right earbud is 10%, and the case is 39% charging. So there's some wacky H1 battery stuff going on here. Overall, if you're like showing these to someone, they're not going to notice that because they don't know what your AirPods are at. It is kind of a slight upsetting thing that you can't actually see what level your batteries are at, so it's just kind of a guessing game, I guess. But yeah, so that's interesting. But back to the ear detection. So these do have the ear detection, so when you take it out, it'll pause your music. One thing I have noticed is that it's quite a few seconds late, like maybe 2 or 3 seconds after you take it out of your ear. So not that big of a deal. I know for me personally, I don't even have that function on my AirPods because I find it annoying if you're like taking it and giving it to a friend or something and pauses your music. Not a big deal, but you know, pretty impressive that they were actually able to get that ear detection in there. Going back to One Pro, I did forget about, it is perfectly in sync with videos. So if you watch videos, there's not any kind of delay, anything like that. It's perfectly normal, so that's great. So overall, these are incredible copies. Like it said on the box, they are super. So these are the $20 i90000 super AirPod clones. These are Padear's presumably last original AirPods clones. They have made some AirPod Pro clones, so we'll see if we can get our hands on some of those. But yeah, so that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed, if you like these AirPods, be sure to click the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.